You know what's interesting? Every time I look around, I see pink book lessons and all the rest of these black male identified having whores on YouTube, social media, always talking about a black woman. They never talk about none of these nappy headed niggas. But one thing I do notice, everybody wants to call Malcolm Jamal Warner's wife a gold digger. And I said, well, how is she a gold digger? She's doing what she's supposed to do. She was promised some money. He drowned, and everything he owned, I guess his mother has it. And the mama sitting up on the money was like, I'm not giving you and your child a dime. And this is why it is so important, one, not to marry Tyrone, two, don't have any babies with him, because if you find yourself in a bad situation, too bad, so sad, and you won't be getting anything for you and your kids. Move on, nothing to see here. But if you are a black woman and you say, no, me and my child was promised XYZ and I'm not going anywhere until I get it, you're a gold digger, you greedy, you this, you this. And it just doesn't stop here. They will use this case to say, oh, black women like this. And I said, well, that's funny. Every black woman I know that has kids, they don't get child support. They don't get any kind of support. They have never filed anything. They just took themselves and their kids and they just moved on. So this lady here was doing exactly what she's supposed to do. So we all know what happened last year. He drowned in Costa Rica or something like that. And it's unfortunate when you don't have anything in your name. So if something should happen to you, it's not going to your mama. Your wife will be, good. Your child will be good. And she's doing what she's supposed to do. I would do the same goddamn thing. So she is suing his mother, and everybody wants to holler about, oh, she's greedy. Oh, she's suing for $1.2 million and this and this and that. That's not a whole lot of money. Miss Ann was sued for a whole lot more. She'll be trying to get $50-60 million. You know how they do, but I don't see anybody going in on non-black women when they're trying to secure themselves and get money for their kids. They say, oh, yeah, that's a smart businesswoman. Oh, she's doing the right thing. But you, black woman, on the other hand, you can forget it. So I guess his wife is black. A lot of people want to leave comments up on the video. She biracial, she this, she that. I don't know. I didn't Google the woman's ethnicity. From looking, she looked like a light-skinned black lady to me. So I have no idea. I will have to do some research. But for now, we're going to just call her black because she looked like she could be. So I'm not for sure of her background. But I do know he's black and I know his mama black. That I do know. But even if it is a full-blooded black woman and you are trying to, take care of yourself and your kids, everybody has something to say and it never ends. But I found this to be interesting. Let's go over here. Oh, Chadwick Boseman, very, very good actor. Story he died at the early age of colon cancer. And I see his brothers are suing his wife. So would Chadwick's brothers be considered gold diggers? Would Chadwick brothers be considered gold diggers? Because they're going after his wife because they feel like we ought to get a hold of some of that money. So it says here, Chadwick Boseman brothers are taking the late U.S. actor's widow to court over her handling of his multi-million-dollar estate. And it says here, Derek Boseman and Kevin Boseman have filed a petition with the Los Angeles court to force the Black Panther star widow Taylor Simone Ledward to distribute money to the family members and to have her removed as controller of his estate. So I think his wife is a Blasian or something like that. So, don't matter. They'll still lump her in the black category because she looks black presenting. But his brothers are suing his wife. So are they greedy? Should they just move on? Should they just say, well, we're going to just leave that alone. He's no longer here and yada, yada, yada. So Boseman died at the age of 43 in 2020, 4 years after being diagnosed with colon cancer. He's best remembered for playing the lead role of T'Challa, King of Wakanda, in the Oscar-winning 2018 Marvel blockbuster Black Panther. And according to the court documents seen by the BBC, Boseman had assets worth of 3.8 million, but he died without a will. The court decided that 50% should go to Boseman's widow, who was also appointed to the estate's administrator, with 25% to each of his parents. So, like I said, when you get married, you need to make sure you are okay. If you have young kids, you need to make sure your young children are okay. Because if not, well, too bad for you. And if you're a black woman, nobody will have any sympathy, no mercy, You will be called every low down dirty black so and so in the book. But when Miss Ann does it, I don't see nobody dragging her. I don't see nobody saying nothing. So, Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman's family in legal dispute with his widow. So, would his family be considered gold diggers? Huh? His brothers? I don't see none of these black women and all the rest calling his brothers greedy. Let that sink in.